This is the dark side of time management that nobody wants to talk about. Picture this. You become so efficient with your time, you start working less and achieving way more. So much so, in fact, that you finally get to do all the things you've always put off. It sounds like the dream, right? More time, more results, more freedom. But what if I told you there's a hidden cost to this obsession with time management? The kind of cost that can leave you drained, frustrated, and still searching for that elusive sense of accomplishment. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see time management in a brand new light. Before we dive deeper into the uncomfortable truths about time management, make sure to subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss our most valuable insights on building your best self. Let's cut through the noise. For years, I blamed my lack of success or progress on not having enough time. Maybe you've done the same. I wish I had more hours in the day, I'd say, or if only I didn't have so many things to do. The reality. Most of us don't have a time shortage. We have an honesty shortage. Let that sink in. Look at your own week. Are you really running out of time, or are you just not spending it where it matters most? This was the harsh lesson I had to learn myself. I used to spend hours, days even, soaking up self-help videos, productivity hacks, and tutorials on efficient living. But I realized I was just delaying action. I made excuses. I'll get started once I learn this next technique. Sound familiar? It's a pattern that traps millions of us. We're drowning in advice, but starving for results. Let's be real. Time management isn't just about buying planners or color-coding your calendar. At its core, managing your time starts by asking, why am I wasting so much of it? Where does it actually go? And what can I do to carve out space for the things that matter? The point isn't to fill every moment with tasks, but to clear room for fulfillment, for freedom, for focus. Maybe you're a dreamer. You have bold ambitions, massive goals, wild visions for the future. But are you really taking the steps that truly move you closer? Or do you talk about change, imagine better habits, but end up stuck, month after month in the same place? Most people spend their days dreaming, but not doing, wishing, but not acting. If you want to step out of that rut, keep watching, because we're going to dig in. I want you to try an experiment. Imagine your time as money, $1,000 a day. Would you burn it, one bill at a time, scrolling on your phone, or endlessly refreshing your email? Of course not. Yet we throw away priceless hours every single day as if they're worthless. We protect our cash but not our minutes. Why is that? Because we don't value time the same way. We're blind to its real cost. Here's a scenario. If 1 hour of your time is worth $100, why spend that hour chasing a measly $40 refund or mindlessly clicking through clickbait YouTube videos? It doesn't make sense, yet that's what all of us do when we let our priorities slide. Just look at the most successful people you admire. Their secret weapon? Ruthless respect for their own time. They guard it as fiercely as their bank balance. Now is a great time to hit that like button if you're starting to see yourself in these examples. And drop a comment below with the biggest thing eating up your time right now. But the conversation doesn't stop here. The truth is, traditional time management is a myth. The real skill you need? Self-management. You can have all the tools and techniques, but if you can't control your own actions, no planner on earth will save you. Let me tell you about the day this hit home for me. I had carved out 4 uninterrupted hours to work on a big project. Set the timer, cleared my schedule. I did everything by the book. But when the buzzer rang, I'd barely started. Where did the time go? A little phone distraction here, a social media rabbit hole there, and a dozen minor emergencies later, the whole block had evaporated. I didn't need a better Pomodoro method. I needed more self-control. The hardest truth about time management is that it's not about time at all. It's about mastering yourself. It's about becoming the kind of person who does the important things without being derailed by every little urge or distraction. That's an identity shift. When you see yourself as someone who follows through, who acts without endless procrastination, things start to change at the deepest level. you might not realize how much time is vanishing from your day. Ever check your weekly screen time? It's a wake-up call. Sometimes 5 hours a day just scrolling or catching up, hours you say you need for your goals. If you reclaimed even half of that, what could you achieve? We don't just lose time, we lose energy, and that's just as deadly. Most of us don't have a time deficit. We have an energy leak. We're drained, scattered, and unable to focus on what counts most. Picture yourself as a business. Every company tracks expenses and revenue. So why aren't you tracking your own time flow? Where is your attention going, and what's coming in return? The answer, for most people, is somewhere between "I don't know" and "whatever's in front of me right now." It's time for a reality check. Your phone is probably your biggest enemy when you're trying to manage your time. You know it. Interruptions, endless notifications, infinite scrolls. It chips away at your attention until you barely remember what you were supposed to be working on in the first place. Every micro interruption drains more energy, and you're left telling yourself, "I just don't have time." But that's not really the truth, is it? It's more like, "I don't have energy or focus left after leaking it on distractions." The end result? Hours lost, dreams unfulfilled, and the cycle repeats. If you're getting value from this honest look at the hidden traps of time management, take a second right now to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment about your biggest time waster. We look at every single one. Let's keep pushing further. Here's a game-changing concept. The 80-20 rule. 80% of what you do in a day barely matters. Only about 20% of your actions actually move the needle toward your dreams. Why then do we spend so much energy on the 80%? The emails, the tiny tasks, the just keeping busy nonsense, and so little on what truly matters? I challenge you. Grab a journal and conduct a life audit. Break down your week and identify what you're actually doing, not just what you think you're doing. Define the real needle movers. What are the tasks that, if completed, would make everything else easier or irrelevant? Often, they're the most challenging, the ones your brain naturally avoids. But doing what's uncomfortable is the shortest path to the results you want. Here's something harsh, but necessary. Distractions will lead you to a low-impact life. Filling your day with busy work and fake productivity keeps you just comfortable enough not to change, but never satisfied with your output. True productivity isn't about how much time you log, it's about the outcomes you deliver at the end of the month. You could spend 12 hours at your desk and accomplish nothing, or 2 focused hours making dramatic progress. I used to spend 7 days editing a 5-minute video because I was deep in fake productivity, checking my phone, tweaking tiny details, jumping between drafts. It all felt like work, but most of it was a waste. When I finally got ruthless about what mattered, cutting the fluff, focusing on what drove real results, my output skyrocketed, and so did my free time. You have a fixed number of hours each day. When you subtract sleep, meals, family obligations, chores, and baseline health activities, what you're left with is what you can actually use to build your dream life. Are you honest about how you spend them? Or do you convince yourself you're busy when in truth you're just distracted? The brutal truth is, you don't need more hours in your day. You need more intention in your hours. It's not about squeezing more in, but about squeezing out what doesn't serve you. Some days, doing less, cutting half your to-do list, is the fastest way to make more progress. Because what really matters isn't the number of tasks you finish, but whether your actions are really moving you toward your goals. Every day, ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do today that will get me closer to my biggest goal? The answer is usually obvious, but rarely easy. Do it anyway. Guard your energy the same way you guard your wallet. Cut the fake productivity, silence the digital junk, and redirect every ounce of focus toward what counts. If you're ready to take action, not just absorb advice, you might be exactly the kind of person who thrives in a community built around discipline and growth. Check out the link in the description if you want structured support and powerful weekly challenges to build unshakable focus, discipline, and results. Ready for more honest, actionable insights like this? Watch our next video by clicking right here. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss what's coming next from the Growth Mindset Project.